How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Joshua Flores, and I would like to welcome everyone to Chaffetz Arena for Kirkwood High School's Class of 2023 graduation ceremony. To begin the evening, members of Kirkwood American Legion Post number 156 Color Guard presents colors: Mike Lavin, Rick Homan, and Dan Caffey. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would ask that you rise and remove your hats, as we are thankful for the service that the men and women of our armed forces have given this country, defending our freedoms, including the right to a free, quality public education.
Class of 2023, you can be seated. Good evening. My name is Dr. Mike Havener, and I am the principal of Kirkwood High School. And welcome to the graduation exercises of KHS Class of 2023. We are here to celebrate the collaboration of family, teachers, and friends who help guide each of you to this uniquely American rite of passage. We are here to celebrate everyone in this arena, but mainly the students of the great class of 2023. First of all, I want us to thank and celebrate our teachers and the staff of Kirkwood School District. The teachers of Kirkwood High School inspire, encourage, and push kids to heights that many never dreamed possible. One of the greatest parts of my job over the past 29 years is to be able to go into each classroom at Kirkwood High School and see these master teachers in action. Our teachers have helped shape the lives of our students. I would like to invite all current and former Kirkwood teachers and staff to stand so we can say thank you for dedicating your lives to helping students and the class of 2023. Teachers? Second, I want to welcome the parents of our students. I am sure that you remember the first day of kindergarten like it was yesterday. Some of you may remember that August day in 2019 when Dr. Gavin and I met with you and warned you how quickly these 4 years would pass. I'm sure that you can't believe that you blinked and your kids have completed high school. I am aware that graduation day is a transition in the lives of our students, but it marks a huge transition for the parents, too. For some of you, this is your first high school graduation. For some of you, it's your last. Your lives are getting ready to change as much as your kids. Parents, this moment is for you, too. I would like all the parents of the class of 2023 to stand so we can say thank you to our parents. As you know, we have many traditions at Kirkwood High School. One of those is to honor those parents for whom this will be your last child to graduate from Kirkwood High. KHS has loved and appreciated your friendship and support. If this is your last year as a KHS parent, we give you special thanks. I would like you to stand and receive another applause. There is a very special group in the audience that I'd like to be recognized. Would all the grandparents who have come to be with us please wave to your grandchild and say welcome. And to all relatives, uncles, aunts, cousins, brothers, and sisters, it's great to have you too. One of the amazing things about Kirkwood is the large number who have returned home to raise your families. I know that many KHS alums have joined us tonight. Would all the KHS alums of whatever year please stand and welcome. Finally, I want to recognize those of you for whom this is such a special night. I want to welcome the fabulous class of 2023. I would like the members of the graduating class of 2023 to stand to receive our heartfelt thanks and appreciation. Your kindness, your friendship, the dignity with which you live your lives have made us all better people because we've gotten to share part of our lives with you. Class of 2023, please stand for a round of applause. You may be seated. As we begin this ceremony, I want to help set the tone for this evening. I would like for this evening to be joyous, to be festive, yet to be as dignified as the class of 2023 deserve. We have talked to our kids for the past 4 years about respect. This week, students were reminded about proper respect that we expect for this evening. Now we ask the same for everyone gathered here tonight. Please silence your cell phones. We want you to join us in this joyous occasion tonight, but we ask for your help in having a ceremony graced with civility. Also, remember that each person came tonight to see and hear the entire proceeding. Every parent, grandparent, and sibling wants to see and hear their child when his or her name is announced. We ask that you help keep this ceremony as respectful and as dignified as you and your students deserve. I want to thank you in advance for your cooperation. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce the other people on the platform. To accept the class of 2023, representing the Kirkwood Board of Education, Ms. Nicole Schern, President. Dr. David Ulrich, Superintendent. 12th grade Principal, Dr. Mike Gavin. 12th grade Counselor, Mr. Taylor Sebestik. 12th grade Secretary, Ms. Stacy Denton. And Kirkwood High School Teacher of the Year, Ms. Janet Meese Reinert. Each year, the seniors have the opportunity to try out for an honor of being a graduation speaker and are selected by a panel of KHS staff. Our speakers tonight will be Maddie Rowan, Cecilia Barton, and Jack Cannon. Maddie, start us off.
That walk is uncomfortably long. 14,000 feet in the Colorado air, my foot slipped on a loose rock. My gut dropped, and so did I. I was free falling. Less than 10 seconds later, I gained footing, but my heart was beating out of my chest. Exhausted and scared, I still had hundreds of feet to climb before the sun set. I had to keep going. When we got to the top of the mountain, my dad and I sat for a moment, admiring the view. My dad said 2 things to me. 1, don't tell your mother you fell. And 2, the important thing is that you kept going. Today, I look at a similarly terrifying panorama. What's next? Taking a leap of faith sometimes means embracing uncertainty. High school has taught me not to be afraid to stumble, because it's in those moments of vulnerability that I've learned to stand tall. I've learned to laugh often, especially at myself, because let's face it, we've all done some pretty embarrassing things. I've had my fair share of tardies, shifting friendships, and mistakes. I've lost many games of 2048 Cupcake. I've accidentally addressed multiple teachers as mom or dad. I've learned that you can fail your permit test not once, not twice, but a whopping 6 times and still get a license. Yes, I'm on the road. And I know the feeling of going on the announcements for 3 seconds and receiving Snapchats about how stupid you looked for those 3 seconds. And of course, getting caught leaving homeroom to get Chick-fil-A breakfast. Not that I ever did that. At the start of this year, many of us went through the Peter Pan stage, terrified of the next chapter, unwilling to admit how scared we were, how scared we are. But that moment of free falling, that's when anything becomes possible. The second of suspense during a basketball game where we all hold our breath, wishing the ball through the hoop. Going to a meeting for a club for the first time and not knowing where to sit. Nervously pacing in the hallway with your instrument before an evaluation. Watching the clock tick as you wait for the varsity roster to drop at 3 p.m. on a Friday. And then it happens. You beat Webster. You make a new friend. You get first chair. And sometimes you get cut. Life will throw us curveballs that may seem impossible to overcome. But I know that each and every one of us has the strength, the resilience, and the perseverance to overcome them. Kirkwood gave us that. We got support and encouragement from teachers, coaches, and staff. And thanks to them, we know that we too are capable of achieving greatness. Class of 2023, we may know our next step, but sometimes the rocks are loose. And without a doubt, we will stumble again. But here we are for a second, admiring the view from the summit, recognizing that there are many more mountains to climb that we've learned to trust our feet. Thank you, Kirkwood. It's been a pleasure.
Great job, Maddie. Cecilia, Jack, come on up.
It is our pleasure to welcome students, families, and faculty to graduation day for the Kirkwood class of 2023. Every one of you in this room has made an impact on the graduates who sit here today. So we'd like to start with some thank yous.
Thank you to parents for your constant support, late night drives, and even nagging about homework.
From dropping us off at KHS to telling us to be careful on the roads.
We wouldn't have made it here without you. Next, we'd like to thank our blue ribbon recognized and esteemed faculty.
And Dr. Turley, you count, I guess. And of course, thank you to our grade level support from Ms. Denton, Mr. Sebestik.
And shout out to Dr. Gavin. Though the NAR was tough and sometimes seemed impossible, we finally shredded down that mountain.
But most importantly, we'd like to thank everyone here.
In the past 4 years, for better or worse, this class has been our community.
Looking back, there have been times we've hated someone in this room.
And times you couldn't imagine your life without them.
So, as we gather here today, for one last time after a long 4 years, I'd like to ask you all, what was the high school experience?
Yes, of course, it was sitting in class for 7 hours a day. It was the tests we took, the games we played, and the performances we gave.
But what made it all matter? What will we remember when we look back?
The friendships we built and the connections we've made here at KHS are the most valuable things we'll be taking with us as we leave. It's the people you studied with, the ones who made the tests feel unimportant compared to the latest high school drama.
It'll be the bus rides going to other schools on game days, the hype after winning, or the camaraderie after losing.
It's the people who made hours and hours of play and pit rehearsal bearable.
The people we went to Andy's with after a concert.
The people we've been going to Green Tree with for as long as we've lived at Kirkwood.
From watching the parade with our friends to marching alongside them.
And next year, maybe missing it altogether.
And I guess I'll remember the people I rehearsed and performed the speech with. But another type of friendship a lot of students may look past is the ones we've built with the staff here at KHS.
The math teachers we've bombarded with questions, begged for extensions, and probably even cried to.
The language teachers we've gossiped with in Spanish, French, German, or Chinese.
But most of the time just in English.
Teachers we've worked with outside of school. I know I'll definitely remember more about debriefing youth and government drama with Ravenscraft and Schinneberger than I will about any of their units.
To say it again, thank you teachers for all you've sacrificed for us to be here today.
And I'm sure anybody who attended pre-hallway build days remembers Turley sacrificing the last of his hair while teaching us how to use any sort of power tool.
In the words of a renowned philosopher and personal hero of ours, Aubrey Drake Graham. Imagine if I never met the Broskis.
So as we leave here today, no longer as classmates, but alumni, and forever broskies, please remember that no one in this room got here on their own.
We made it here because we supported one another. We laughed together, we cried together, and now we sit together one last time.
Now and always, we are the class of 2023, and we are the best anyone will see. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
How about one more round of applause for Maddie, Cecilia, and Jack? Great job, everyone. Great job. I would now like to call Dr. Gavin up to the podium so he can announce all the students who have achieved a GPA of 4.0 and above. Dr. Gavin?
Good evening. It is my pleasure to share with you the wonderful record of academic achievement this class has established. Of course, I cannot read to you the names of all high achievers, but let me read the names of those students who on a weighted honors scale system have achieved magnificently. I will ask each student to stand and remain standing. I will read the names in alphabetical order of those earning a 4.0 or better, and I will ask the audience to engage in the Kirkwood clap, which is after the name. All right, here we go. Cecilia Barton. Andrew Bogus. Isaac Bednarski. Kinley Bokerman. Shelby Bolzer. Gia Bourbonis. Lindsay Braun. Megan Bretwish. Anya Brohl. Leah Brohl. Ayla Burba. Emily Butler. Claire Bootsloff. Addison Campbell. Jack Cannon. Mackenzie Chittacone. Macy Christensen. Madeline Clark. Aerith Coleman. Michael Collier. Charlie Cruz. Tate Cherry. Tao V. Doe. Colleen Doherty. Lydia Drake. Jane Duberke. Connor Eilerts. Caroline Geeding. Kira Ear-Goldschmidt. Grace Griffin. Peter Hastings. Samantha Hepburn. Nicholas Hibbert. Andrew Hickman. Holland Hilgendorf. Morgan Hooker. Sophia Howell. Andrew Hubner. Graydon Jensen. Grace Johnson. Landon Call. Sophia Key. Simran Kanuja. Austin King. Abby Knopik. Lucas Kraft. Harriet Kratchkovic. Miles Kruger. Ainsley Laird. Jacob Larson. Coletta Legrand. Benjamin Lowry. Margaret Mallow. Leah Marchione. Timothy Marquis. Hannah Moshman. Courtney McCracken. Daniel McSwain. Cooper Minnie. Brooke Mills. Lillian Mitchell. Kai Morrow. Sarah Newman. Josh Knoll. Lucy O'Brien. Avery Opperman. Hallie Pack. Louisa Parker. Abigail Paul, Catherine Peck, Hannah Pierce, Madeline Rapp, Ella Reimer, Micaiah Roth, Arthur Schrank, Lila Shepard, Sydney Shields, Hannon Smith, Jaden Speck, Samuel Sperry, Charlotte Spohr, William Stark, Catherine Steckel, Julio Suarez, Jamie Taylor, Nina Techman, Olivia Thurman, Marin Vines, Max Wellman, Anthony West, Dane Wyrick, Madeline Weekle. Congratulations. You may be seated. Okay, good evening. Welcome, graduates, family, friends, faculty, board, and community, to this wonderful evening celebrating the class of 2023. My name is Mike Gavin, Senior Class Principal, and it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. Before I begin, I would like to thank everyone in this arena, those here physically, those here virtually watching on the KHS YouTube channel, and those here in spirit. Your love, support, encouragement, and guidance has helped make today possible. At games, concerts, senior nights, openings, and conferences, through visits, phone calls, emails, and Zooms, your focused commitment to our students' success has been evident. I have so enjoyed our partnership while we work together towards this graduation day. This day is not about me, but I would not be here without the help and support of many caring and loving people, and I want to mention a couple of them. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Stacy Denton and Taylor Sebestik, Sarah Esslinger, and Kim Sweezy. Their steady, firm, and positive support have made me a better educator and more effective with each of you. I'd like to mention the administrative team of Kirkwood High School, who has supported, challenged, and mentored me, including Dr. Havener for over 20 years. My parents, Barb and Joe, my sisters, Joanne and Kasha. All I can say is that I learned to be a kind human by watching and living with them. Finally, I want to particularly thank Bobby, whose love, support, perspective, levity, and sassiness makes my life filled with joy and meaning. And now to the class of 2023. Well, we made it. I told you we would. Back in August of 2019, you heard me stress that we were committed to having every one of you walk across the stage in May of 2023. And now here we are. As I thought about my comments tonight, I sought to find the right balance of positive celebration and honoring the harrowing journey we have traveled to end up here. I was drawn to Dr. Lisa D'Amour's work, The Emotional Lives of Teenagers, while I was thinking about this. And Dr. D'Amour is an expert in the field of adolescent development, and she researches and publishes on the topic of raising and promoting emotionally healthy young adults. I've chosen to share Dr. D'Amour's thoughts with you because her research should empower and embolden each of you as you leave Chaffetz and KHS. Here are some short snippets of some of her ideas. Mental health, she says, is not about feeling good. Instead, it's about having the right feeling at the right time and being able to manage those feelings effectively. Not that there is such a thing as a wrong feeling, she writes. What we are getting at here is whether emotions make sense and are proportional to the situation. Dr. D'Amour asserts that the best way young adults arrive at or approach this definition of mental illness is through practice. Her point to readers is that young adults need to have all the feelings and not to be shielded from them. She disagrees with the idea that adolescence is a time of great frailty. She dismisses the idea that fear, anger, or sorrow are to be avoided, fixed, or are somehow unsafe. She challenges parents and educators to not rob adolescents of the little and big emotional struggles young adults might encourage, as those events will prepare you for an adulthood of large and small, planned and unplanned experiences that will evoke big emotions. In Dr. D'Amour's thesis, powerful feelings are a feature, not a negative bug, she writes, and we should teach young adults how to incorporate their feelings into decision making. The pandemic elicited more challenges, more emotions, and more obstacles than any event impacting the world in decades. Neither you, nor your parents, nor teachers could shield you from it completely. And thus, while very hard, Dr. D'Amour would say that each of you has learned and practiced confronting, regulating, and overcoming intense emotional feelings that many prior Kirkwood graduates were insulated from. This evening, as you walk across the stage and receive your diploma, you should know that you have honed your ability to be aware, to evaluate, and to incorporate your feelings into your decisions. Because of the pandemic, you grappled with big challenges and big emotions like virtual learning, isolation, less educator or adult supervision, and general anxiety. And while that journey was not always easy, neat, or pretty, you've made it on the other side of this and succeeded. This is phenomenal. Okay, now a little bit celebratory. Over the last 4 years, we have sought to keep you safe, honor your individuality, and push you to grow while meeting your unique needs. We encourage you to take risks and to expose yourself to new academic, co-curricular, and social situations, which would allow you to begin to discover yourself and your passions. In exchange, you were asked to work hard, be respectful to yourself and to others, and to be open to growth. What is so wonderful today for me is to think about what those words and that journey has looked like for each of you. Take a second and think about yours. How have you grown? What passions have you developed? What challenges, broad or specific, have you confronted and worked through? In what way do you have a deeper understanding of yourself? As I think about my experiences with each of you, I'm struck by how uniquely each of you interpreted that charge. I'm so proud of each of your interpretations on becoming a young adult and steps you've taken on that journey at KHS. I'm also proud and grateful to work in a district that honors and understands this journey and path is necessarily unique for each student. The resources and support this community provides its students and its educators enable us to identify and cultivate every student's potential and their passions, even during a pandemic. So here's my parting challenge to you in the class of 2023. Keep growing, learning, and exploring both yourself and the world, including the world beyond Kirkwood. Incorporate your thoughts and your feelings into your decisions and your actions. Select people who will continue to nurture and push you on your path towards being your best self. By doing this, you will ensure that 4 years from now, at your college graduation, your wedding, or your child's birthday, you will be surrounded with people who care deeply for you and will push you towards your next big journey. Congratulations. Okay, and now I would like to call Ms. Nicole Schern, President of the Board of Education, to the podium. President of the Board of Education, Ms. Schern, as grade level principal of the class. Yay! Of the class of 2023. I certify that the students before you have met the requirements of all the requirements of the Board of Education of the Kirkwood School District and the Department of Secondary Education of the state of Missouri in order that they may receive the diploma of Kirkwood High School for 2022-2023.
Thank you, Dr. Gavin. On behalf of the Kirkwood Board of Education, I welcome all students, parents, and friends. It is wonderful to see so many of you here tonight. As president of the Kirkwood Board of Education, I accept the students before me as having completed the requirements for the Kirkwood High School diploma and according to the authority given to me under the policies of the Kirkwood Board of Education and of the state of Missouri, I will grant the title of graduate as each member crosses the stage.
I will now begin presenting the diplomas. Let's do this, class of 2023.
Madeline Ruth Rowan. Cecilia Grace Barton. Jack Charles Cannon. Hassan Abraham Abdallah. Munir Yaqub Abu Nader. Elise England Ackerman. Trinae Nicole Adkins. Noah Patrick Ahern. Rashette L. Rashette. Sophia Marie Alexander. Braden Michael Ilaria. Alexander Joseph Nienhaus. Isaac Walters. Jimena Alvarado Chavez. Jory Eliana Amos. Olivia Ann Apple. Jennifer Ann Atkinson. Janae Joyros Cordelia. Dylan Robert Osterman. Joseph Henry Axelrod. Former school board member Julie Backer will now present the diploma to her son, Owen Matthew Backer. Emilia Jane Bailey. Jacob Clinton Baker. Nicole Catherine Belota. James Francis Barnes. Emma Rose Berry. Thomas Pickert. Audrey Anna Bast. Adam Charles Bauer. Andrew Michael Bogus. Isaac John Bednarski. Lennon Quesnell Benben. Brooke Taylor Bendoff. Devin Sherwood Bennett. Adam Matthew Beery. Renee Rebecca Berman. Greta Catherine Bischoff. Edward Nicholas Bisgrove. Aaron Bivens. Ryan Andrew Blank. Charlotte Greer Blassengame. Kinley Diane Bokerman. Preston Matthew Bolser. Malia Desiree Bond. Gia Carlina Borbonis. Sarah Kathleen Boyson. Anya Reese Bradley. Lindsay June Braun. Madeline Claire Quindry. Megan Elizabeth Bretwish. Sean Russell Bricker. Jessica Lee Briers. Lorenzo Brinkley III. Anya Kelly Broll. Leah Kaylin Broll. Nathan Bronstein. Maria Brooks. Dion Brown. Tyler Jean Brown. Jacob Deacon Buchek. Ryan Christopher Bushing. Evan John Bowie. Ayla Emery Burba. Charlotte Rose Berger. Emily Ann Butler. Claire Marie Bootsloff. Wyatt Michael Byers. Diego Cabrera Brito. Kaylee Michelle Cacciatore. Anna Rose Culkins. James Quinn Calloway. Addie Campbell. Caitlin Mia Carnell. Benjamin Robert Cobble. Thomas John Chapo. Anna Marie Chellis. Jace Jameson Cherry. Mackenzie Claire Chittacone. Macy Claire Christensen. Sophie Ryan Clancy. Jada Josephine Cleary. Evan Youngwoo Cleveland. Audrey Coates. Chase Wilson Kaufman. Aerith Gwendolyn Coleman. Michael Collier. Alexander Michael Cologne. William Michael Craddock. Charlie Killian Cruz. Curtis Krim. Sean Crozier. Tate Cherry. Aiden Lael Cunningham. August Forrest Curtis. Marybeth Elise Curtis. Quincy Isaiah Daniels. Camden Reese Davis. Jasmine Elise Davis. Logan Keikoa Davis. Liliana Deck. Elizabeth Eve Denkoff. John Michael Denkoff. Nicholas DePalma. Jackson Wright Devers. Tabitha Rose Diller. Tao V. Doe. Kira Dobson. Colleen Patricia Doherty. Olivia June Dothage. Lydia Marie Drake. Tatum Thomas Drexler. Kayla Marie Drones. Jane Annalise DeBerkey. Cameron Duncan. Aaliyah Giselle Earl. Malia Marie Earl. Miranda Erstein. Connor Ashton Eilertz. Ella Engel Brunstrom. Dylan Keith Irvin. Mitchell Dean Fales. Ryan Fearhiley. Tyler James Furbett. Noah David Ferkel. Hayden Craig Fisbeck. David Connor Fitzgerald. Hayden Ryan Flegg. Mark Anthony Flores. Logan Robert Flynn. Allison Sarah Ford. Patrick Fortune. Dante Maurice Foster. Gabrielle Amelie Francois. Allison Fryer. Former school board member Darnell Frost will now present the diploma to his son, Trey Henderson Frost. Drew Gale. Clara Lillian Gaither. Sunil Gangasingh. Janine Meredith Gassel. Caroline Geeting. Ryder George Lander. Mara Christine Giesler. Ethan Yelvik. Logan Godley. Kira Victoria Goudsmith. Grace Noel Griffin. Madison Elaine Griffin. Taryn Estella Denise Griffin. Bennett Griggs. Sharayla Lynn Henshin. Jamie Shea Hahn. Benjamin Tim Haller. Nora Johanna Hamilton. Jonathan Luke Hammond. Caleb Jerome Harden. Jaheim Lamont Harris. Emron Ishaq Hassan. Peter Kent Hastings. Benjamin John Henerick. Samantha Ann Hepburn. Andrew James Hirsch. Benjamin Thomas Herwick. Nicholas Robert Hibbard. Andrew Dylan Hickman. Caden Madison Hickman. Charles Cameron Higginbotham. Holland L. Hilgendorf. Maxwell Harrison Hinman. Kaylee Henricks. Alicia Henriksen. Jace Timothy Hoffman. Cooper Timothy Hogan. Margaret Fletcher Holly. Scarlett Louisa J. Holroyd. Morgan Kaylee Hooker. Sophie Grace Howell. Omar Razine Hopkins. Amy Hoxa. Andrew Hubner. Christian James Leon Hughes. William Charles Huster. Timothy Dell Inman Jr. Anna Louise Intagliata. Olivia Francis James. Graydon Theodore Jansen. Jane Elizabeth Jensen. William Rockwell Jensen. Emily Catherine John. Grace Karen Johnson. Keon Johnson. Madison Elaine Johnson. Prosper Ilolo Johnson. Tyler Demetrius Johnson. Jack Ryan Joyner. Caroline Grace Jones. Corbin Lewis Jones. Logan Jones. Spencer Donovan Jones. Landon Walter Cole. Clara Stephanie Capel. Anthony Kent Liska. Sophia Lily Key. Simran Ellen Kanuja. Austin Robert King. Andrew Jacob Kolitz. Abigail Kanopik. Maximus Delaney Costas. Lucas Anderson Kraft. Tyler William Cratchley. Harriet Jane Krakovic. Adam Kreidler. Miles Kruger. Morgan Olivia Kuhlman. You guys are awesome, thank you. Yep, swap. Yep, just walk across. You can leave those there.
Halfway there. How about a round of applause for Mr. Ravenscraft for reading the first set of names. Thank you, Lucas. Second half, here we go, second half.
Ready?
Ainsley Catherine Laird. Ian Michael Lancaster. Joshua Peter Lay. Coletta Elizabeth LeGrand. Isaac Kent Licklider. Maria Kennedy Lenhart Smith. Paige Addison Levitt. Gavin Lee Lewis. Hannah Grace Lewis. Rory Charles Long. Charles Howard Lawrence. Jack Neil Lossy. Benjamin Christopher Lowry. Dominic Michael Luciano. Alexander Philip Ludbrook. Hal Lutz. Tyler David Macon. Kylie Noel Madden. Wyatt Stephen Magruder. Silas Marcus Mahoney. Margaret Virginia Malo. Liana Elizabeth Marchione. Timothy Douglas Marquis. Gabrielle Francesca Martis. Hannah Marie Moshman. Morgan Marie Trembath. Samantha Ann Moshman. Braden James Maxwell. Samantha Jane McCaslin. Courtney Paige McCracken. Clayton James McCune. Julia Mary McDonald. Nathan Jeffrey McDonald. Margaret Claire McDaniel. Elena Lily McIntyre. Luca Connell McGuire. John Francis McLaughlin. Mary Christine McLaughlin. Owen Michael McMahon. Patrick Alexander McNeese. Daniel Patrick McSwain. Chase Parker Myborg. Felix Awatsi Mendieta. Cooper Evans Menny. Jack Addison Miller. Jaden Andrew Miller. Ryan Michael Miller. William Keith Miller. Gabriel Scott Milliken. Brooke Marie Mills. Lillian Elizabeth Mitchell. Lydia Valerie Mitchell. Masajid Mohammed. Merrick Weston Moeller. Marquise Antonio Monroe. Andrew Grant Montgomery. Amanda Rose Mooneyham. Trevor Christopher Morgan. Kai Alexander Morrow. Angela Eve Mustek. Javaris Jamo Moy. Molly Elizabeth Muldoon. Charles Connor Monroe. James Woody Munson. Aiden Christopher Muska. Connor Stephen Nays. Quinn Rebecca Nauman. Sarah Newman. Samuel Lewis Neinrider. Peyton Monica Nico. Allison Anne Marie Nielsen. Zachary Kent Noland. Joshua Michael Knoll. Elizabeth Grace Norlander. Lucy Marie O'Brien. Parker Stephen O'Brien. Rhiannon Lilith McCormick O'Connell. Wilson Tokuichi Ono. Avery Catherine Opperman. Alexander Javier Osorio. Hallie Maunder Pack. Louisa Rose Parker. Madeline Elizabeth Parr. Abigail Sarah Paul. Jack Joseph Pearson. Catherine Lee Peck. William James Peck. Alana Angelica Perez. School Board President Nicole Shern will now present the diploma to her daughter, Olivia Nicole Perkins. William Charles Phillip. Christopher Paul Phillips. Olivia Grace Pickett. Cameron Fisher Pidcock. Hannah Marie Pierce. Jake William Pilcher. Eleanor Meade Plaze. Josephine Elizabeth Plaze. Ethan Isaac Pokris. Jackson Finley Polite. Allison Margaret Price. Maxwell Reed Pritcher. Caroline Elise Puffer. Theo Miles Puryear. Timothy Sean Quigley. Carter Lynn Radman. Madeline Marie Rapp. Hannah Nicole Rauch. Preston Malik Reed. Andrew Mitchell Raycop. Ella Grace Reimer. Sydney Claire Reinbold. Kellen KJ Rhymes II. Cameron Daniel James Richardson. Oscar Benjamin Richmond. Matthew Charles Richter. Jacob Tyler Riggs. Elizabeth Shirley Kathleen Reedy. Casera Elise Elizabeth Robeson. Jesse Vincent Lee Robeson. Chief Financial Officer Mike Romay will now present the diploma to his daughter, Danielle Sophia Romay. Gabriella Grace Roseman. Micaiah Grace Roth. Maya Rose Rubin. Isabella Janine Ruzika. Jamelia Beatrice Sands. Mavelyn Arlene Savins. Samuel Alexander Schaefer. Jackson Scott Schleifarth. Greer Ellen Schneider. Arthur William Schrank. Richard Bruce Schuler Jr. Claire Marie Schulte. Skylar McCann Schwent. Mary Rose Sears. August Evans Seibert. Lila Christine Shepard. Sydney Katarina Shields. Drew Allen Shoemaker. Gavin Blaylock Sims. Hannon Michael Smith. Leah Jesse Smith. Owen Christopher Smith. Henry Davis Sell. Ella Christine Satilli. Jaden David Speck. Charlotte Hamrick Spoor. Tessa Marie Sprang. Evan James Squires. William Henry Stark. Ella Ruth Stouter. Caroline Grace Steidley. Marilyn Jane Stubbe. Molly Catherine Stevener. Olivia Reese Stevenson. Catherine Patricia Steckel. Alexis Ariana Strickler. Leo Anthony Strong. Gannon Jacob Sturdy. Julio Dominic Suarez. Claire Elizabeth Sutter. Ainsley Irene Tamaray. Caroline Grace Taylor. Jamie Eileen Taylor. Nina Ruth Techman. Andrew Scott Thomas. Blake William Thomas. Christopher Frederick Thomas. Zachary James Thompson. Drew Marie Thornhill. Olivia Ingrid Thurman. Gwendolyn Claire Tilley. Sarah Margaret Tilley. Olivia Claire Timp. Annie Toll. Aiden Lanson Treywick. Kyle Twan Trong. Audrey Elizabeth Turley. Christina Marie Turner. William McLean Terrell. Caroline Penelope Ullery. George Andrew Upmeyer. Carter Livingston Van. Tyler John Vincent. Marin Abigail Vines. David James Vitt. Samuel David Voller. Hannah Elizabeth Wagoner. Terry Ann Waggle. Gabriel Wesley Walker. Isabella Lorena Walker. Marquise Latrell Washington. Max Robert Wellman. Justin Edwin Wells. Alexandra Marie Werner. Anthony Joseph West. Zachary Thomas West. Dane Bradley Wyrick. Tyler Dylan Whitson. Madeline Paige Weekle. Jameer Williams. Amri Lamon Williams. Matthew Henry Wing. Javier Antonio Wise. Thaddeus Jesse Woodard. Mahalia Alicia Word. David Michael Wojtowicz Jr. Jamie Rose Wright. Lucas Owen Yarbrough. Caden Jackson Yogi. Laurel Elizabeth Yovine. Hey, you need to organize yourself. No, it's not. Madison Jamé Zoe. Jesse Beal Beaumont. Shelby Lynn Bolser. Morgan Kaylee Hooker. Genesis Samaria Dixon. Jalen DeAndre Welch. Stephen Daniel Aguilar. Khalil Ibn Adib Webb.
Thank you to Mr. McCarthy for reading the second half. Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. And while they're heading back, how about a round of applause for the class of 2023? Class of 2023, please stand. KHS graduates, you may now move your tassels. But before we leave tonight, I would like us all to sing the KHS alma mater one more time as the class of 2023. For all the people in the audience, the words can be found in your program. Lock Arms 2023, one last time. Here we go. I present you the class of 2023.